It's thinking. Oh, hello. Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome all who stopped what they were doing to join us today. A big thank you. We are live and we are here today staying in our lane. Hold on, it's saying that we have a little technical difficulty on the Facebook. We'll keep trying to let you know resolved. Oh goodness. Anyways, so we love technology.
It's
We
always
do.
full of fun surprises.
Always. So we will be staying in our lane and sharing knowledge from our own experiences and from our guest experiences. And with that, I'm going to say hello. I'm that Kimberly.
And I am Deborah DeRuin. I feel like I need to come up with something snazzy like that Deb now. So we'll work on that.
Yes, you don't have to, but everybody knows you, Deb. That's why.
I know most people do. Just Deb. I don't know. We need to come up with something creative.
Okay.
All right. So the goal for these weekly lives are so that we can, get an audience of our industry peers together and talk about topics that are important to us in multifamily, just in life, wellness, like whatever, comes up. We want to have,
learn.
Yes, we want to have valuable people come on every week and share their knowledge with us and everyone else. And we want to hear from you. We want to know what you want to hear about. So chime in, ask questions. Like,
we froze. Was that me or you freezing?
I think it was you. I don't know though.
I'm going to have a backup internet connection. See, folks, this is what we're learning today about technology and Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Nothing is ever perfect, and be patient.
Exactly.
Because when you're doing it yourself like we are today, things may go wrong.
And is it still glitching?
Not anymore, but
okay, good.
Okay. So the point of Deborah's wrapping up at the end as it froze, or I didn't hear, who knows, is that we definitely want to educate, share the knowledge. Oh, this is joyful. I'm glad that this happened on the first day and not when we have a guest, which will be in 2 weeks. So a fun fact until Deborah gets back on. I'm going to be texting her right now to tell her. But today, July 27th, is Love is Kind. So be kind to me, people. It's Love is Kind Day. It's also Scotch Day, Creme Brulee Day, and New Jersey Day. In case you didn't know, those are special holidays today, and it's happening. There's Deb. She's back.
This is the story of my life. Yeah. So this is technology, guys. Like this is how it goes.
Yes. See, I love it. You got on with your phone. You made it happen.
I did.
And by the way, StreamYard did update. So now you can do it on your phone, apparently. And I might have to do the same next. But I went from changing hotspots to a different internet connection because I was having issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, but this is why today is important because we're going to practice.
Yes. Yes. That's what I was saying earlier. I'm glad it was when it was just you and I and not when we had a guest on, that had to figure out what to say. Right.
Mm-hmm. I know. Yeah. We'll have it perfected a little bit more before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not worried about it. And this is also a good lesson to others, showing that you can pivot, you stay calm, you can figure it out. Everything's figure-outable, as Marie Folio says. Everything's figure-outable, and just keep rolling with it, right? Besides, today is Love is Kind Day, so everybody be a little bit kinder to us with our technology issues, please. So,
we got this.
We got this. So, Deb, I'm going to kick it off by just asking you to tell our audience a little bit about, how you got started, just a little background story. Because, like I said, our experiences put together makes us 50 plus years experience in the industry.
Yes. So I started in this industry when I was 19 years old. It was interesting. I was plucked out of retail.
Hmm.
And that's how it all started. I was helping a manager at customer service at Dillard's. She was buying gift cards because they were doing incentives, leasing incentives. And I had
Ah,
like, oh, well, where do you work? Maybe that's where I need to go work if you guys are giving out like gift cards and stuff. So she told me to come fill out an application, and the rest is history. I've been in this industry ever since.
wow.
So
Definitely.
I did about half 10 years of the on-site experience before I moved over to the supplier side,
Uh-huh.
and I've been over here ever since. So yeah,
Well,
for
so
adult.
you know both sides of it. You know what it's like to be on the operations management side and the supplier side is what I like to call it.
Yes, the supplier side. So,
Side.
yep. I'm pretty well rounded. So, yeah, but I can
That's
relate. I know,
yeah.
walk into a leasing office and know when it's time for me to turn around and walk back out. Like I get so, yeah, I think that helps me. So,
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Gives you more empathy
right.
towards especially anyone who's behind the desk or on the operation management side for sure.
Hmm. So, what about you? Where did you start out?
I like to call myself a double agent. I am a renter or have been a renter for a while since I left home to go to college at 18 and happenstanced into the industry about 2003. So, however long ago that makes it. And on the supplier side, and in the world of, I was a former video girl. And yeah, so across the nation, just, you know, meeting people, learning things. I was excited to see the evolution of the World Wide Web in this time frame, as well as, the Facebook, as I like to joke around and say, and YouTube, and, that whole thing. Social media in general, when people used to, look at me crossways when I would say, you should put your video on social media on your Facebook page, or we created videos for their websites, which also kind of baffled me when they didn't have one, but to each his own.
People are slow to move on the new trends in our industry. I think
Yeah,
social media. So, and
yeah,
people are just nervous to put themselves out there, or I think they just overthink content creation. It doesn't
we
really.
all do, we all overthink it for sure.
And
Yeah,
I'll procrastinate on creative stuff just because I can't. I want to rethink it and do it again and make it better. And it's a rabbit hole. So.
yeah. Well, but the best way to do it is just to start doing it and then perfecting it if you're doing it with your as a one person team or a small group, because unless you have a huge agency behind you or a massive marketing team, in house, that who has the luxury of that time. I know. I mean, it's
No,
crazy.
it's a full-time job. So
Yeah, for sure. But
definitely.
yeah, but all the tools that people have, nowadays it's easier. Oh, we have a question. Thank you, Paul. Curious if you have any chance, any word on apartmentalized attendance, excitement, or trepidation.
Station.
I'll leave that one for you, Deb.
Uh, we'll be exhibiting.
Yes.
Excited about it. I think there's a lot of people that are excited about it. I am not. I don't have any like necessarily worries, but that's because I've already been traveling and doing trade shows like all over the place. So
Yeah.
I've kind of already jumped back in and I'm doing it and I've been doing it. But I know for a lot of people that might be their first big show
Hmm.
to leave home for. So, I mean, and that can be a little nerve wracking. It was nerve wracking on my first trip, that I,
Yeah.
you know, uh,
Hmm.
after lockdown. So, but the attendee list from what I heard is really, really growing. I think the attendance is going to be there. I think it's going to happen, and it'll be nice to just be back. So,
Yeah, for sure.
And then I always just want to, like, a little caveat here. I understand that everything in the world can change on a dime. So,
Yes.
we're
And be patient for those who are not ready to take their mask off and are patient not to, if they don't want to shake your hand, they don't want to hug you. I remember attending the HA gala and, just asking people, are you okay for a hug? What is, you know, I do feel that COVID has all given us a sense of, more patience
Mhm.
for me. Let's just talk from, like, I just think of what I went through, how I was feeling, and everybody went through something. Everybody's a little something. I always tell my niece, just be patient, and I try not to take things so personally. Like, it's not always about me. That I was always given that advice. Don't be mad. It's not always about you. Like, okay, yeah, you're right. That I really took that to heart in 2020 for sure. So, Paul says, thank you. Good to hear. Spread the word. We are, unfortunately, I will not be attending, but I will be but I'll be there in spirit, everyone. And Deb and I will be at AGD, which is an acronym for, well, it's the Dallas Apartment Association. It's always hard for me to say it the correct way. Apartment Association of
Right.
Greater Dallas.
Right. Yep.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. So their trade show is next week. So we'll be trying to go live again, but remotely in the car and see how that goes. We're going to get all the practice we can before we have guests, right, Deb?
Will not be boring. So make sure you plug in, because who knows what will happen. I mean,
Yeah, who knows? We'll even try to maybe we'll try a little TikTok creation while we're on the road and see what happens, right?
yes.
The you brought up you brought up content, and it definitely, I feel there are so many different apps that have made it easier. Not, I mean, social media apps that we're already using, tools that we're already using that are making video creation easier. So if we just get past it being perfect, we could actually make it and put it out there, like TikTok, right?
Right. Right. And I mean, TikTok is fun. I know there's a lot of people that haven't gotten on board, and
Hmm.
but I enjoy the crap out of it. Like, it's probably one of my favorites. That's my rabbit hole, to de-stress. I just go away for a little TikTok time. And
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not the best creator of TikToks, but I'll
you are funny. Let me like you.
well, you can also, I show the first TikTok I made, I showed my son who's 12, and he
Uh-huh.
sure to let me know that the only people that would like my TikToks were other middle-aged moms.
Well, does your son know that it's one of the fastest growing? It is the fastest growing app. And yes, there are a lot of us middle-aged
Mhm.
moms on there, along with grandmas and grandpas. And like it, as Gary Vee says, it ticks up in age. Every app does. And this one's still popular with the teens, but it's even more popular with, us middle-aged folks.
Age. Well, I just told him that, it's a good thing that's my market.
Yeah,
To,
absolutely.
like,
We want to make them fun.
I'm not.
Paul even said perfect videos can be boring
Yes, they
sometimes.
can.
We 100% agree. So a little sass, a little pizzazz, which those tools, like, we're not trying to make this a big, but TikTok is one of the easiest tools that they've made, because if a 10-year-old can figure it out, I've seen grandmas on there figuring it out. Like, I'm just jealous that there are middle-aged moms on there teaching us how to do TikTok filters that I follow, and I'm not scared to say it.
Oh, I follow those too. Those are all
Yeah.
very helpful. I follow a lot of, like, weird stuff that just helps me throughout the day, like Canva hacks
Oh,
and
yeah.
Excel tricks, and so I love finding those those little short clips of knowledge that I get from that app. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Short and
Yeah.
sweet. The next subject. So
Yeah, we'll definitely have to hit that. We'll have that as a topic, one of these days. And I didn't even get to ask you the fact, you did say you'd be exhibiting.
yep,
Um, what is the company? Who are you with? Who are you
one
exhibiting?
one app guarantee.
One App Guarantee.
Our
Okay.
guarantee company. So
And that will be a whole conversation itself as
Yeah,
well.
that's a whole nother conversation topic. We're not going to get into all of that today, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So we do want to hear. We're putting together a survey to ask a blind, if you will, survey. We'll leave that in, I guess, the YouTube and LinkedIn description, so that if there is a question you want to anonymously ask them, you want us to research something, we would be, or find the guest to have on that's the professional, the go-to professional. I'm going to stop using the word expert or guru. I just, you know, I do feel that everybody can learn something from somebody else. So, it is a ongoing evolutional process for all of us
Mhm.
in the world. As we grow older, we learn.
We do.
Learning, right?
We do. We have so much new product and just ideas and companies coming into our industry right now. I mean, I've seen a couple new ones lately that I'm fascinated with, and
Yeah.
I want to hear more because there's just so much new stuff out there. It's crazy. So I'm excited to dive into the new stuff and even the old stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to talk to some industry leaders. I want to ask questions about their paths and, I want to hear about their experience through COVID. I want to know what everyone's facing moving forward too. So I want this to be helpful as well.
Yeah. It is definitely, I know we all did some sort of pivot, especially in business. Like I look at when I drive around and I see a restaurant and I think to myself, oh, they used to not have orders online. They used to not take, you know, like they didn't do DoorDash or whatever those Uber delivery, they just didn't. And then everybody had to pivot and do something different to stay alive, to keep going. So I know that even in our industry, the same occurred. Look at the Zooms, Zoom meet, we zoomed out. But definitely people got comfortable with being on camera.
Hmm. Yeah, they have. Some people are still struggling. Like, I just I'm going to throw myself out here on this.
Mhm.
Even for me and all of the talking that I do and the social butterfly that I am, like I still get nervous.
Yeah,
I get nervous to put myself out there, but
that's natural for everybody.
yeah, so
Yeah.
all good. Like we're all growing and learning. So there's a lot to discover.
Yeah, for sure. And we hope to discover it as we go down this path and figure these things out for sure, together. There might be days when Deb teaches me something. We'll do a little screen share, and then there'll be days when I teach her something and a little screen share happening. So, but we definitely want to mix it up. So we'll send out that survey, and please put down what you're interested in hearing us talk about, but be nice.
Yes.
Always be kind.
Be kind. Yes, we need to always be kind to everyone. So, yes, I want to hear all the things. Like, if there's somebody that you want to hear from, if there's someone fascinating in our industry that, like everyone should hear about, send
Hmm.
our name. I want to know them as well. So, but we're excited. We've got a lot of cool things lined up already.
Hmm.
Yay. This should be a
Yay. And maybe while Deb's at NAA, she'll do a little live broadcast and send it our way, so we can feel like we're there in
like, good.
spirit.
Yeah.
Electron via the world wide webs.
I know it's so funny, but yeah, you'll feel like you're there. It's just, it's even like our world now. Like I've been working with this team for almost a year, and I've only met like two of my team members in person. So,
Wow.
yeah, so yeah, but
That-
we see each other and we talk to each other every day on Google Meets. So I
mhm.
feel like I know them, but yeah, it's kind of bizarre when you finally meet someone in person after all of that time.
And
So,
your whole team will be there, right? So you'll actually physically get to meet them
well,
in
not
person.
the entire team, but there will
But
be um,
more than just you and the two other people that you've
yep,
met in person.
yep, yep. I might get to meet one extra person on the NAA trip. So one
Well,
days I'll meet everybody, but
yeah,
until then, like we've made it work. We
yeah,
pivot and we live in a virtual world and we make it happen. So
yeah. our virtual world is definitely something that I'm grateful for, because it's less traveling. If for me, it makes it easier to legitimately work from home and be able to work around my schedule with my mom and my clients, still be able to connect with my clients and virtually, physically, well, virtually see them, and then also show them, work with them on a screen share. All that technology has definitely made my life easier, and I would don't know what I'd do without it.
Absolutely. I mean,
So,
there's a lot of, we'll never go back to our old ways, I think. So, and we shouldn't.
well, we should decompress. I have found that I am much more comfortable in saying I'm not going to work on Saturday or Sunday than I ever was in my 30s,
Hmm.
because,
But that's an entire another show and
yes.
about boundaries and
Work-life balance work-life balance will be a topic. I'm writing it down right now.
yeah, work-life balance. It's an entirely new show.
Yeah, for sure. Because I know I didn't know what that meant for a long time. And we do in the industry love, as much as we definitely work hard. We enjoy spending time with our colleagues and our friends, are in the industry. But at the same time, I know for me, I have figured out that balance of family inserting in there is just as important,
Hmm.
because they're not going to be around forever, right?
No, yeah, it's
So
important. A lot of
yeah,
people skip over that work-life
yeah,
balance.
100%. So we are going to wrap this one up. I'm just going to remind everybody to, if you do watch us on the replay, make sure you put hashtag replay. There's a reason. We'll even do, maybe we'll do a little series on, or a little learning episode on why the hashtags. Definitely use hashtags, folks. But please, if you watch us on the replay, tell us where you're watching from. If there is somebody that you'd like to see on the show, if you have a question you'd like us to answer, or a topic you'd like us to research, we absolutely want to do that for you. And Deb?
Yep. Thank you for joining us. For those who will watch us later on, thank you, and we're excited to do this again.
Yeah, and we appreciate everyone being patient during our little mini glitch, but we worked through it.
Yeah.
Yay. And we will see you next Tuesday on either the road to Dallas, AGD's trade show, or on the floor of AGD. Maybe we'll just go live from the Facebook next
Yeah.
next Tuesday and not worry about streaming multiple places. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Everything's figure outable, quote, according to Marie Folio. We're just going to keep saying that everything's figure outable. So
Exactly. It's true.
awesome. Okay. Thanks again. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Deb, for joining
Yeah,
me and going off on this adventure with me. I'm bringing you along, pulling you.
it's happening.
It's happening.
Fabulous day. Enjoy
Oh,
your.
you too.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.